I apologize for the very late ass upload. I was committed to like doing other stuff that was important around the house, and I want to get this up as fast as possible before I help my mom get ready for my sister's unexpected arrival sometime tomorrow, which will lead to her unexpected earlier and then planned encounter with my girlfriend Emily Jean Harrington, aka my wife Emily Jean Harrington Olivares, aka her future sister-in-law. So therefore, let's get this Craftsman Truck Series race review out of the way early, shall we? Ruggiero, the young Craftsman Truck Series sensation from Massachusetts, was on the pole as like an underdog story in Bud Pole qualifying. So he had the dominant truck of the day, but he had to fend off a lot of competition to get this well-deserved victory, in which he capped off a career day in which, most, young drivers who have never won a Winston Cup race before have like the best race of their careers in terms of leading a bunch of laps for the first time ever in their careers, or something they had, haven't, if they did it before, they've led laps before in like general, but never this many, to the point where they have a shot at getting their first win, but they never closed the deal. But this man right here was able to close the deal and cap off a career best day by actually taking the checkered flag and leading the most important lap, the last one. But a lot of chase drivers had a lot of trouble today. This was a great race to me. I personally enjoyed it, but I could see why a lot of people thought it was sloppy, including the Iceberg, because apparently he thought it was sloppy. There was too many wrecks. So many chase drivers had trouble, in which the most notable was Enfinger. He'll be in a must-win situation going into Martinsville next Friday night, 2 days before the Spurs home opener, and this Old Dominion 500. And my boy, Daniel Hemric, ended up getting some damage. That was the beginning of the end of his race. It was just cosmetic damage that he suffered at first. It was still worked, and he was still able to race for the win. And Chandler Smith, man, I'm not Chandler Smith, his teammate Lane Riggs, he was the luckiest motherfucker in the race today, on the track, because he had 9 live. There were so many times, like 5 or 6 times, he should have got taken out of the race due to a wreck, but he fought through to tooth and nail, never gave up, finished the damn job like Meg Donnelly and Erica Tham used to teach me back in the last non-COVID year in 2019. And his crew clawed through repairing that damage and still was able to race for the win. And look at him right here making a charge at the end of stage 1 that Roger Carruth won. And the crew right here is working really hard trying to get that truck back together to the point where they can fix that cosmetic damage, make it look like a whole lot of nothing, and still compete for the win. And Mr. Ruggiero right here was able to get a stage 2 win to add to like his dominant, career best day in the Craftsman Truck Series. This was the nail in the coffin for Hemric's race today, because apparently he suffered a flat tire and Tony Breidinger got the back of him. So they did try to fix it, but the damage was too much to continue on both the left rear, the right side, and the left side. They just said, fuck it, pull the plug, we're done for the day. But apparently they got in trouble post-race for doing something that apparently NASCAR didn't like. But before I show you exactly what it is, here's the replay of what happened. He's trying to get out of everybody's way with that tire coming apart, and Breidinger had nowhere to go, and that tire must have came off the track, which is why the track was clear and they stayed under green, and and there was no caution. But thanks to Daniel Voiles, my buddy on Facebook, who also has a YouTube channel, this is what got Hemric in trouble, after the race, and the crew chief was called to the big it used to be called the Big Red Truck in the Winston Cup Series and the Big Blue Truck in the Busch Series. I don't know what it was called in the Craftsman Truck Series back in the OG heyday of NASCAR. Whatever that Truck Series hauler was called back in the day, Hemric's crew chief was like, you know what? That was a no-no. You can't fucking do that shit, because that's an unfair advantage. You're done for the day, and you're coming to the NASCAR Oval Office at the conclusion of this race. This, however, was scary. This Norm Benning, I'm glad he was not badly hurt, to the point where it was Ryan Newman 2003, MIS Sirius Satellite Radio 400 all over again. There was fire up inside the car. Obviously, the fire being inside the cockpit of the truck wasn't as extreme as Newman in '03, but fire in racing is still scary as fuck. So I'm glad he's one tough cookie, and we'll be racing on Martinsville next week. Next! So here's the best part of the entire race. The 2-time Mickey Mouse Truck Series champion gets spun out of the leads, and guess what? His bum ass doesn't fucking win. So serves you right, bitch boy Ben, aka fake Jeff Burton. So that led to the final overtime restart, which was the only light race caution restart. There was no last lap wreck. I mean, there was no big one, no 15, 20, 25 car pileup. It was all clean and green all the way to the end. It was Ruggiero versus LaJoy. I mean, look away, Brian Griffin, Family Guy fan. I know I was thinking of you. Well, LaJoy was fighting for that win. So therefore, this Talladega truck race then turned into a Craftsman truck carbon copy of the 2024 Napa 500 Winston Cup race at Atlanta last year in the Chase opener. It was David Gilliland Racing versus Spire Motorsports, Gio Ruggiero and Corey Heim versus Corey LaJoy and Raja Carruth. I thought for sure Corey LaJoy was going to win, and I know Brian Griffin, Family Guy fan, was about to explode and blow the roof off his house, but, you know, David Gilliland Racing, yes, I'm still calling him that because fuck name changes, which is why I'm still calling Legacy Motor Club Petty Enterprises or Petty GMS. So, I mean, David Gilliland Racing still had, like, you know, better momentum than the Spire trucks did. I mean, Roger Cruz said, fuck it, I'm going for the win. So did, you know, Corey Heim, but it wasn't enough. Congratulations, Gio Ruggiero, on his first Craftsman Truck Series win in dominant fashion at Talladega Superspeedway. I will see you guys on Sunday for the next race review when we go over the EA Sports Isn't the Game 500 Winston Cup race when my wife, Mrs. Olivares, aka Emily Jean, is here to join us for what will be her last NASCAR race of the season with us before we finish it off with this first NASCAR San Antonio doubleheader next Sunday with the Spurs home opener in the Old Dominion 500 at Martinsville, and then we go to the championship race at Phoenix in the Checker Parts 500, but we will be leaving the track early midway through the race to go to a certain event that I can't share on social media right now because it's a surprise. It's all but confirmed at this moment. Once it's officially official, we will let the cat out of the bag in a separate video because it'll be separate from our first episode of Spurs Roundup, which will be the day before the Spurs season opener against the Mavericks in San Antonio. So until then, I will see you guys tomorrow for Night of the Century version 4, the second annual YouTube installment. Have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night. And I will see you all for the next video, whenever that may be, which will be tomorrow, technically later on today. See you later, everyone.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.